Alright, here we are for week number 1, going up against the 14th Doctor and his Chicago Beartics. So, IGL Season 8 kicking off um, against the guy who we lost in the I think we lost in the last season of the regular season, or the last week of the regular season, and then beat in the semifinals. He was the one with the Mega Metacham and the Celesteela and the Dragapult, so I believe, yeah, okay, yeah, for sure. Sorry about that. Anyway, we are here with the team that, with the draft that I don't know what is going on with my brain right now. It's just not working, but it's okay. We're here with the draft that we had last week. I uploaded the draft analysis on Thursday, and so that's up there if you haven't seen it. We have a team of, I wonder if I can remember it by heart. We have Dragapult, Mega Gardevoir, Nidoqueen, Umbreon, Infernape, Rotom-Mow, Bronzong, Avalugg, Crobat, Alomomola, and Tauros. Let's go, baby! I'm so good at this. Okay, you can see his team in the bottom left. Cute little layout here we got going on. I don't really know if I like it or not, but you know, we'll keep it for now. Again, the logo in the top left is not the actual, it's not like the formal logo yet. Like we don't, we haven't decided on it basically, but that's the one I made, so I just put it on there, just for fun, just for something to look at, I guess. So yeah, he's got a team of, you can see, Urshifu, Single Strike, Jirachi, Mega Aerodactyl, Silvally, Weezing, Galar, that's funny, Sasmatoad, Guja, Vikavolt, Exploud, Meowstic, and Flareon. So, look at his team. I mean, he's got a pretty good team. I like this team. Depending on how you see Silvally, I don't like it, but yeah, I've just never been able to use it very well. But if he knows how to use it, if he is able to use it well, then more power to him. His hazard removers are Defog Weezing, Defog Aerodactyl, which probably will never come, and Defog Vikavolt. So no spinners, so something to keep in mind. Mega Aerodactyl is a huge threat, or Shifu is a huge threat. Jirachi is really annoying. It's great for Mega Gardevoir, so we definitely have our work cut out for us in this matchup. So I know you've been staring at this Tauros for 2 minutes and 45 seconds, so let me talk about it a little bit. It's Choice Scarfed, so we can outspeed everything under the sun, including a Scarf Jirachi. His speed gap is huge between Mega Aerodactyl and Jirachi. There's nothing faster than base 100 speed outside of Mega Aerodactyl. So we run Choice Scarf on this Pokemon, and we outspeed everything under the sun as long as the Aerodactyl doesn't have a Dragon Dance up or something like that. And then we have Max HP because we have the Anger Point on Tauros, so that if we switch into a Wicked Blow, we'll be able to take it, and then we get our attack is maxed out. It says here it's raised by 12 stages, but it's only raised by 6. I don't know why it says 12. That'd be really cool if it was 12, because I would kill everything no matter what if it was 12. Because he's got no Ghost type, so, and I can run Frustration because of it is a cut move, but this is a Legacy League, so cut moves are allowed, just like Hidden Power is allowed, just like Pursuit is allowed. Frustration is also allowed. I figured, Frustration is better to have on the set than Return, because it's like, it's a Tauros, it's got Anger Point, so Frustration is definitely the move over Return. And then we have 3 other attacks, basically: Earthquake, Close Combat, and Iron Head, just for coverage, in case I find this thing to have use other than going for Anger Point, which is probably not going to happen. But I mean, the fact is, if I've Jirachi whittled, if I've Aerodactyl minimally whittled, and as long as it's not Ghost Silvally, I basically just sweep with this thing. I'm assuming he's gonna run Scarfed Urshifu because it is pretty helpful against my team. Outspeeds Gardevoir, Infernape, Dragapult, obviously Crobat, so it's really helpful to be Scarf. So I feel like if he runs an Adamant Scarf set, Wicked Blow should do, I don't know, anywhere from like 60 to 70%. We'll be able to take it, or maybe even less if he's Jolly. It might only do like 50 to 55, something like that. and then we'll get the anger point, then we can just fire off frustrations, do a lot of damage. Nothing's taking 2 of those, let alone 1. So hopefully this Pokemon that would be really cool. I mean, I had to use it. It's week 1. I'm just going for it. You know, it's whatever. This is the only time I'm going to be able to use Anger Point Taros. So let's just go with it. Next up, we have Alomomola. Let's bring everything back down to earth here, okay? Physically defensive Alomomola to deal with Urshifu. Physically offensive Jirachi, if he brings it, like a Scarf Jirachi, we can deal with that really well. Unless, of course, he tricks me. Aerodactyl, we can deal with really well as well. Physical Silvally, we can also deal pretty well with, unless I can't Toxic it, like if it's Poison or Steel. Then I'm kind of up Shit's Creek without a paddle, as they say. Nowhere. Scald Toxic, Wish and Protect, passing Bulky Wishes. I feel like this was better than Umbreon in this matchup because, I don't know, Umbreon doesn't really take hits from Urshifu. Or Aerodactyl, really. I mean, it probably can, but I know Alomomola can take them better. Like if I switch into a dual Wing Beat, it doesn't do that much damage, and then Rocky Helmet just does like... I apologize for the interruption. We are back though, nonetheless, and now my laptop is really loud, which is annoying. But yeah, we're basically just here to take physical hits. That's the biggest point. And then Toxic thing, of course. With the Regenerator, we should be able to survive for a while. Next up is Colberberry Bronzong. Basically, this is my best answer to Vikavolt. I mean, outside of Nidoqueen, but I didn't think Nidoqueen was too good here. It kind of just loses to Urshifu, Jirachi. Aerodactyl probably just Earthquakes it. I mean, you know, Exploud destroys it. So whereas, you know, if he does bring Exploud, Bronzong can deal with it a little bit better. Because I resist, you know, the spammable move in Boom Burst. I have a Colberry there because if I am Iron Defense Body Press, but Wicked Blow hits through the defense boost. So I still want to have a Colberry there. If he's weakened at all, and I have an Iron Defense up, I can just kill with Body Press. I think Stealth Rocks is Stealth Rocks, and then Toxic, of course, to hit the Vikavolt, basically, and the Guja. And just in general, Toxic is nice to have. So I couldn't really think of anything else I wanted on this set. So yeah, hopefully Vikavolt. I think Vikavolt definitely comes, but hopefully it's not too big of a threat. Next up we have Crobat Fatbad. I got Defog, Roost, Super Fang, and Brave Bird. I wanted a Defogger because I'm not bringing Avalugg or Rotom-Mow. I think Crobat's just the best hazard remover in this matchup. I have enough special defense to take a modest Specs Boom Burst from an Exploud. That's like the only thing I could think of to do with this set. So enough speed for Jirachi. No, enough speed for Urshifu because I don't really need to be outspeeding Jirachi because it hits me really hard with Zen Headbutt anyway. So it's whatever. If he brings that at least. Maybe I will. I actually think I will outspeed that. Just in case. Can we go? Okay, that's fine. And then the rest of defense, just, you know, to take hits. So hopefully we're able to successfully keep hazards off the field because he's got Sticky Webs with Sticky Webs with Vikavolt, Toxic Spikes with Seismitoad, or Toxic Spikes with Weezing, Stealth Rocks with Seismitoad, so Stealth Rocks with Jirachi. So he's definitely got, you know, hazards to set up, so I want to be able to keep this off the field, especially Sticky Web. That would suck. Next up is Gardevoir, really standard Gardevoir here. Hyper Voice, Mystical Fire, Psychic, and Teleport. Hyper Voice is pretty spammable outside of Jirachi. He could just bring a specially defensive Jirachi to beat my Gardevoir. You know, even if I'm able to predict it and go for Mystical Fire, I don't 2KO it if he's bulky, so yeah, that's not good. And like if I ran Shadow Ball, it does a little bit more, but I'd rather have Mystical Fire there because it hits Vikavolt a little bit better, and it lowers its special attack, which is really nice, which could help against Jirachi if it's a special Jirachi. So yeah, that's the Gardevoir for you. Also Teleport if I am spicy enough to predict the switch. So last but not least is of course Dragapult. Of course we gotta bring Dragapult. It's freaking Dragapult, man. Um, Dragon Dance, Dragon Dart, Steel Wing, and Phantom Force with the Culpa Berry as well. Just to take a Sucker Punch from our Shifu, basically. Um, or like I don't know. Like if I don't have a Dragon Dance up and he's scarfed, I can take a Wicked Blow. And that's basically it. I mean, once we get a Dragon Dance up, we're doing a lot of damage to everything, obviously. And we don't even have to run that much defense, or like we don't have to run that much speed because, like I said, his gap between Aerodactyl and the next fastest Pokemon is literally 50 points of speed. It goes from 150 all the way down to 100 with Jirachi. So we really don't have to run that much speed. We'll outspeed a Mega Aerodactyl anyway once we get a Dragon Dance up. So yeah, that is the set. Steel Wing, it does a little bit more than Phantom Force to the wheezing, and I didn't really have any other move I wanted to go for. Steel Wing's also nice because I don't get locked into Phantom Force. Like, if he has Jirachi in and I go for Phantom Force, he predicts that, he can go into Urshifu, and like if he's, yeah, and then I hit him with Phantom Force, and then he's able to hit me back with a hit, because I'm kind of locked into it at that point once I go for the first turn. So that's a little bit troublesome, which is why I have the Steel Wing there for wheezing. I'm just gonna have to risk it against Jirachi, I guess, or get enough Dragon Dances up to where I can kill with Dragon Darts, which is definitely gonna take a lot of Dragon Dances, depending on how healthy it is. But yeah, that is the team. I'm gonna have a battle, I believe, in like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 hours, something like that. So hopefully we do well in week 1. Definitely a tough opponent. Definitely going to be difficult to win this one. He knows what he's doing, so this is definitely not going to be an easy one. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I will cut to the battle here, and yeah, wish me luck. All right, here we are for week number 1 of the IGL, going up against the Chicago Beartics and the 14th Doctor. We faced him in week 9 of last season and then semifinals. So I've beaten him and lost to him once apiece. So this is kind of like the rubber match between us two, except a little bit different because the teams are different. So anyway, he brings a team of Mega Aerodactyl, Urshifu, Single Strike, Jirachi, Exploud, Flareon, and Silvally. Basically, I was kind of surprised to see Flareon, as anyone would be, to be honest. And I was surprised not to see Vikavolt. That was kind of the biggest thing. Got to figure out if that's what kind of type that Silvally is. It's gonna be a big deal. No Seismitoad, no Meowstic, no no Weezing, no Vikavolt, and no, I forget the last one, but basically it was kind of a surprise to see Exploud and Flareon. I thought those two would be swapped out for like a Vikavolt and a Weezing, or a Vikavolt and Seismitoad, but it doesn't really change our game plan. We prep for everything, of course. So my lead, so I had a few mocks for this battle, and a lot of times I would lead with Mega Gardevoir, and it just wasn't working out too well for me. So I ended up this time just leading with Crobat for the real battle, because I thought it was a fairly good lead. I mean, if he leads a Shifu, I kind of force him out. Even if he's scarfed, I can take a hit. What else? I don't know. Like, if he leads Jirachi, I don't think he'll run a Zen Headbutt on Jirachi, honestly. So I could just stay in against that and Super Fang, and if he wants to get up rocks, he can defog. So yeah, like I said, I'm just going to lead Crobat and see how it goes. We're going to start the battle right now. Good luck, of course, to my opponent, even though, we've already had the battle. But anyway, he's going to lead with our Shifu. Now, even if this is scarfed, I have no problem just clicking Brave Bird here. I do, trading Crobat for a Shifu at this point is fine, because he doesn't really have the strongest hazard users, so that's okay. He brings in Jirachi, so that makes sense, I guess. And then I'm going to predict him to, I don't know, either U-turn or Stealth Rock, so I'm just going to click Super Fang as he does U-turn, which is great. And now he gets in the Aerodactyl. I have to switch on out of there into Alamomola, and he clicks Home Claws, and then he clicks it again as I click Scald. I only do about a third to him, so I don't really know how this is going to work out, but he does use Dual Wing Beat instead of Stone Edge, which is great news for me because he takes a lot of damage, and then I get a higher roll than the last Scald, but not enough. He lives on, he told me literally 1 hit point of 1 HP, so that was unfortunate for sure. He knocks me out with Stone Edge. Now here I'm really thinking he has Crunch for the Bronzong, but he just goes for Dual Wing Beat, so I did have the Culpa Berry, so I was going to be able to take the Crunch no matter what and knock him out with a Body Press. And if he wanted to Roost, I would have killed him with Body Press because he loses his flying typing, so it's super effective. But he just ends up, staying in and doing damage to me. I didn't want to go into Bronzong initially because I didn't want him to go for Stone Edge on it and then do enough damage to where Crunch would kill, and then I'd probably pretty much get swept by that thing, or have to sack at least like 2 more Mons to it. So yeah, basically he brings in Flareon. I don't have Alamomola for this Pokemon anymore, so I'm just gonna basically sack Crobat to get some damage off. Brave Bird did a lot of damage. Like I'm not even invested, and that still did a lot. So that was pretty cool. Now I'm gonna bring in Dragapult, knowing that this Flareon can't really do much to me. It can go for like a Flare Blitz, that'll do a lot, but it can't knock me out. So I'm gonna get a free Dragon Dance up. As he now brings in Silvally, I just go for Phantom Force. This is Silvally Fairy, so makes sense. I'm just going to try to do as much damage. There's really no point in keeping this thing around. I'm not going to be able to sweep at this point, so I'm just going to do some damage to it, and he's going to knock me out with multi-attack. I still have a chance to win this. I'm trying to bait in Urshifu because I have no Wicked Blow switch into this point, so I'm trying to bait in the Urshifu to go for the Wicked Blow. So bring out Mega Gardevoir, knock him out. He didn't have a switch in at that point. I knew Jirachi wasn't Scarf from before, so he goes in Urshifu. I'm going to predict the Wicked Blow. I bring in the Tauros. He goes for Wicked Blow. Gets a crit, which is going to maximize my attack, and I'm just going to sweep at this point because I already got the previous damage off with the Crobat, to where at this point I can just kind of frustration over and over. I'm Choice Scarf, so even a Choice Scarf Exploud couldn't do anything here. And yeah, that is going to be the game. Basically, I don't know. This battle went on. It was only 18 turns. It only went on for like 4 minutes. So I guess I'll just talk about it a little bit here. At one point, and I couldn't talk about this during the battle because it was going so quickly. But at one point, I kind of wanted to get bait in the Urshifu so I could just sweep. Which was when I wanted to let Alamomola go down so that I could bring in Bronzong, and then he would do a lot of damage to me, but I would live. I would knock out the Aerodactyl, and at that point I wanted him to go to Urshifu, but he brought in Flareon instead. Flareon makes sense there too because he can try to do a lot of damage with the Flame Charge, Guts boosted kind of stuff. But I had enough bulk on Crobat to where I could kind of mediate it a little bit. I probably should have just hard switched into Dragapult when I saw Flareon. I just really thought Flareon got crunched for a while. I didn't really look it up. But yeah, if I switched hard into Dragapult, I probably could have just clicked Dragon Dance as a click Flame Charge, and then I don't know, and then you click Flare Blitz. I could probably knock out a Flareon at +1 with the Dragon Darts, especially with recoil and toxic damage racking up. So that's one thing that could have changed it. But yeah, basically I was hoping that he'd bring in the Urshifu against my Bronzong, knowing that he could just get a free knockout at that point. Because he was I'm pretty sure he was Choice Scarf with that damage on Tauros. And I could switch into Tauros and then basically just 5-0 or 6-0 the rest of his team. Well, no, 5-0 the rest of his team with frustration. But so the Flareon kind of caught me off guard. I thought I was getting swept by that thing, but we stopped that, and then at that point, I don't know. Like if he brings an Exploud against Gardevoir, I actually take a modest Specs Boom Burst, which I was surprised to see. I was doing the calc. I'm like, what? How? Well, I'm not gonna complain. I don't know. Depending on the Jirachi set, I'd probably knock it out with Mystical Fire, like max HP. If it was just max HP and no Spit F investment, I do like 47% minimum with Mystical Fire. He might be able to protect to get health back with leftovers, but I don't know. I'll have to ask him to see what his sets were and whatnot. But we do get a 3-0 here. Not a very convincing win, but it is what it is. I don't know. Nothing really disappointed me. I really liked how the crow bow worked out. I was kind of able to, because the damage on Jirachi was huge. Like I knew that if I wanted to sweep with Taros, I would need to have a lot of chip on the Jirachi. And that turn when he went for U-turn as I super fanged, I'm like, this is a good position to be in. And then Aerodactyl kind of gave me a little bit of a scare there, as well as Flareon. But yeah, I mean that was the biggest thing. Like, I just didn't want to get swept by Aerodactyl. That's why I let Alomomola go down. Because at the time it seemed really foolish. I mean, Alomomola basically beats 5 out of 6 of his mons, depending on the Jirachi set. But um, so either 4 out of 6 or 5 out of 6. But and I just let it kind of drop to Aerodactyl. But that's fine. We're gonna take the win. Good game, of course, to the 14th Doctor. Very quick game there. Only 18 turns, so that's like an average of 1 kill every 2 turns. Wow. Okay. Well, that is gonna be the game. Hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I guess I will see you next week for week number 2. I don't know who we faced. I'll figure that out later. All right. Have a good day. There you go. Have a good day.